Hi, I'm Tilen and here is my new very interesting video. To be honest, I love Apple products. Actually all of them. As you can see I have a lot of boxes here and then all of them is this Apple logo. So yeah, this is all of my Apple products. I love them like I said, but this video is about complaints that I have about my Apple products. And there are quite a few, so let's get right into it. The first and most important thing I really hate is battery life. On almost every Apple event, Apple talks about how now the battery is bigger and better and all of that stuff, but in real life situations I don't see that improvements. I got about 3 hours of heavy usage on my iPhone X compared to promised full day of usage. Why, Apple? Why you need to lie about that to us? After 9 months of usage, I am out of battery life at about 5 p.m. and then I need to charge my phone, and that is very annoying. Maybe I will switch to the new Galaxy next year because of that. No, of course not, I'm just kidding because I just love Apple products like I said in the beginning. I have the same problem with my MacBook Pro. Battery life should last for about 10 hours of usage, but that's not the case. After 1 hour and a half of using this handbrake, my MacBook Pro is dead completely. And that is very annoying. I know, I should use compressor which is better optimized and not handbrake, but anyway, battery life is very poor. The second trouble I have with my iPhone X and MacBook Pro is overheating. And thermal throttling is more and more present even in the iPhones. That is thanks to thin, all glass and stainless steel form with amazingly powerful hexa-core Apple A11 Bionic chip. That problem is huge. Over the past few weeks, I have noticed that my iPhone X got extremely hot even when I don't use it, especially in tight jeans. I had to pull my phone out of the pocket and put it in the fridge. That was quite a unique experience, but that happened only twice or something like that, so it's not a real problem. But that is a problem with MacBook Pro. While rendering a 4K video at 60 frames per second, my MacBook Pro got so hot that I couldn't have it on my naked knees, so I need to put it on a desk and then wait for a little bit so it just stop overheating. Also, some thermal throttling was present. Frequency was down to 2.0 GHz, but that wasn't so noticeable like before macOS update. I don't know how many of you have noticed, but when your battery life is below 5% on iPhone or iPad with iOS 11, it gets extremely laggy and you can't use your phone, but that is fixed in iOS 12. 8 gigs of RAM in 2018 is just too little. What can I say? While I'm rendering a 4K video, I can't do anything on my MacBook Pro because it's just too laggy, and also my next problem is related to that. I have just started programming in Swift using Xcode, and because of 8 gigs of RAM, I have daily problem with it. Xcode fails multiple times when I try to run my code. Then I had to quit the app, but luckily all of my code is saved when I open Xcode again. But that's not the case with the Vinci Resolve. One day I ran into a big problem. While I was running a 4K video at 60 frames per second, my MacBook got stuck and I couldn't do anything. I tried to save the file, but I couldn't do that. So then I just quit the app and I lost all of my work and need to do everything again. Probably because the processor in this baseline 13-inch MacBook Pro is just too weak. My next problem is not connected to macOS and not even with iOS, but it is connected with watchOS. The thing is that my Apple Watch Series 3 has a serious problem with touch input. It can be quite laggy sometimes, especially when I try to bring up Control Center. Have you seen that? It took about 1 second to activate it. Well, quite laggy. I cover almost all of the Apple lineup, but I have one problem even with the AirPods. When I listen to music through the AirPods that are connected, I don't know, to iPhone, AirPods just randomly switch to a nearby iPad or MacBook Pro, and that is very irritating. But that's not the case very often, so it's not really a huge problem. I have a lot of complaints about Magic Mouse too, but that is covered in my full review, so make sure to check it out. I use iCloud for all of my files and all of my photos. For that I need to pay €3 per month to get those 200 gigs of storage. Everything worked perfectly until I got this MacBook Pro. I haven't figured yet why photos don't download to my MacBook Pro and even don't upload to the iCloud anymore, but that's just a minor infection that can be fixed very soon. Last but not least are signal problems with my iPhone X. That one is quite big and is present just in 4 Asian countries. When I was in Croatia, I had LTE connectivity at 1 minute, but at the other I was without connection. That was quite strange, and it was unique to iPhone X because on my mother's iPhone SE that wasn't the case. It happened just on one occasion, so maybe it was problem with my cellular provider. So, I have a few problems with my Apple ecosystem, but as you can see, most of them are software related and can be fixed in future updates. But those problems are nothing compared to what problems I have with my Philips TV or my Windows desktop computer or even my previous Android phones. I just love Apple because it just works and it meets my needs. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any similar problems or other problems, let me know in the comments. So bye, see you in my next one. If you liked that video, feel free to subscribe and don't forget to click that bell icon to get you notified whenever a new video is ready.